Extension Rains Farm. Pare WN. The first light of day bleeds across Nebraska's flat horizon, painting the Rains family farm in pale blue shadows. A gust of wind sends dead leaves skittering across the porch of the weathered two-story farmhouse. Inside, the old floorboards groan as Jacob Rains, 58, built like an aging prizefighter, hands permanently stained with engine grease and soil, pulls on his work boots till he pauses at the bedroom door, watching Martha, 60, sharp-eyed despite the wrinkles, her silver hair fanned across the pillow, sleep for 3 more seconds than usual. Today. Something in his gut tells him to memorize this moment. Int. Kitchen. As Jacob fills the percolator, the smell of yesterday's coffee grounds mixing with the faint metallic tang of the well water. The radio on the windowsill crackles with the 5:30 a.m. weather report. Unseasonably cold front moving in, farmers advised to. He turns it off when static overtakes the signal. Through the warped glass of the kitchen window, movement near the equipment shed catches his eye. Not the usual deer or raccoons, something taller. Human. Extension, equipment shed. Moments ere Jacob approaches with the quietness of a man who spent decades hunting. His breath fogs in the air. The shed's padlock hangs open, the hasp bent. At an unnatural angle, not broken, but picked inside, the smell hits him first, cordite and something sweetly rotten. His flashlight beam reveals deep gouges in the dirt floor where someone dragged something heavy, a dark stain soaking into a burlap sack and on his workbench. A single Polaroid photo. The image shows Martha at the grocery store yesterday, unaware. She's being watched. Written in red marker across the bottom, remember El Pozo. Int. Farmhouse. Martha's already dressed when Jacob storms in, the photo trembling in his hand. She takes one look at his face and reaches for the shotgun above the fridge. Martha, calm as a loaded gun. Which one's back? Jacob flips the photo over, revealing a phone number scribbled on back. Area code 915. El Pozo. Jacob, worse than the cartel. Feds. Extension, cornfield. SUN. Jacob buries the duffel bag where only he'll find it, between the rusted carcass of his 68 Chivy and the property line fence. Inside, $87,000 in vacuum-sealed bundles. A Beretta 92FS with the serial number filed offer. Dallas newspaper from 2003 with a circled obituary. Vincent Cole, 44, died suddenly. Int. Town diner. 8:17 a.m. Sheriff Dale Cooper, 52, a former MP with a limp he won't explain, slides into the booth, his uniform shirt straining over a concealed vest. He doesn't speak until the waitress leaves their coffee. Cooper, low voice. Got a bolo last night. Black Suburbans with government plates. Headed this way. Jacob slides the Polaroid across the table. Cooper's jaw tightens. Cooper, Suantede. Christ. They're reactivating Task Force Zeta. A truck backfires outside. Both men reach for their weapons. The moment stretches. Then the diner door bursts open, but it's just Old Man Jenkins delivering eggs. Extension. Highway 30. Noon. Jacob's pickup kicks up dust as he speeds toward Omaha. In his glove box, a burner phone, the Beretta, and a faded photo of 7 men in army uniforms. All but Jacob, crossed out in red. The radio suddenly cuts to dead air. Then a voice. We know about the money, Jake. And we know about the girl. Jacob slams on the brakes as a black SUV swerves into his lane. Extension, Highway 30, noon, continuous. Jacob's pickup fishtails onto the shoulder, gravel pinging against the undercarriage. The black SUV cuts him off, its tinted windows reflecting his own panicked face back at him. Inside the cab, Jacob's hand finds the Beretta just as the SUV's passenger window rolls down. Not a gun barrel emerges, but a badged. Agent Miranda Vasquez, 40s, sharpsuit, darker circles under her eyes than should exist, holds up her credentials. Vasquez, Federal Marshal. Step out of the vehicle, Mr. Rains. A lie. Jacob knows every federal badge by heart. That one's Justice Department. Task Force Zeta. Jacob, playing dumb. Am I speeding, officer? His boot inches toward the gas pedal. The SUV's rear door opens, revealing a teenage girl, 17, bruised face, Martha's eyes. Girl, whisper, Uncle Jake? Jacob's blood turns to ice. Lena, his brother's kid. The one buried in witness protection. Int. Abandoned grain elevator. 30 minutes. Earnest motes swirl in the slanting light as Jacob duct tapes Lena's bleeding forearm. The girl's breathing too fast. Lena, they killed Mom first. Said she should have burned the letters. Jacob freezes. The letters. The ones he sent from El Pozo in '03. The ones that got Vincent Cole killed. Jacob, who took you? Same men who. A click echoes through the silo. Vasquez stands in the doorway. Gun drawn. Vasquez, enough. The money's gone, Jake. But the girl's worth more anyway. Jacob spots the tattoo peeking from her cuff. A black raven. Los Curvos. Inside the feds. Extension. Martha's kitchen. Same to Martha pours coffee for 2 uninvited guests. Deputy Rickards, 28, too clean-cut for this county, and a man in a suit who calls himself Mr. Shaw, 50s, expensive watch, dead eyes. Shaw, smiling. Your husband's late for his pension meeting, Mrs. Raines. Martha sets down the percolator. Hard. The .38 under the dish towel stays hidden. Martha, Jacob retired in '08. You'd know that if you were really from Social Security. Shaw's smile doesn't reach his eyes. He slides a photo across the table. Jacob and Lena outside the grain elevator. Taken 12 minutes ago. Shaw, tell him we'll trade. The girl for the ledger. Int. Grain elevator. Sointen US Jacob counts Vasquez's breaths. 3 seconds between each. Combat training. Jacob, playing for time. Cole talked before he died, didn't he? Vasquez's grip tightens on the Glock. Vasquez, he said you kept records. Every payment. Every body. Outside, a car door slams. Lena whimpers. Jacob makes his move. The grain elevator explodes, not from gunfire. From the still smoldering cigarette. He dropped into the chute. A wall of burning wheat engulfs Vasquez as Jacob drags Lena through the service tunnel. Extension. Riverbank. DUSK Lena vomits into the reeds while Jacob checks the stolen SUV for trackers. Under the backseat, he finds a dossier labeled Operation Harvest Moon and a Dallas PD evidence bag containing his brother's severed finger. Still wearing the UT class ring, Lena sees it. Starts screaming. Jacob slams the trunk shut. Too late from the tree line. A rifle scope glints in the dying light. Extension. Riverbank. Night. Continuous. The rifle shot misses Lena by inches, spraying with chips from the cartonwood behind her. Jacob shoves her into the SUV just as the second round pings off the tailgate. The engine roars to life, tires chewing. Mud as they fishtail onto County Road 9 inside the SUV. Lena hyperventilates, clutching the evidence bag with her father's finger. Jacob floors it with one hand, dials Martha with the other. Martha. Phone. Static, then gunfire. Jake, they're inside. The line goes dead. Lena screams as Jacob U-turns violently, sending them barreling back toward the farm. The glove box pops open, revealing Vasquez's service pistol, with a raven emblem engraved on the slide. Jacob, to himself, goddamn Curvos, all the way to DC. Extension. Rains Farm. 23 minutes, our flames lick the barn roof. Martha's Remington. Booms from the upstairs window. Then silence. Jacob leaves Lena hidden in the drainage ditch with the Beretta. Jacob count to 60. Then run west to Cooper's place. Lena grabs his arm. They want the ledger because it names the senator. Jacob freezes. The 2003 photo in his mind. 7 soldiers, 1 politician. Int. Farmhouse. Living arum glass crunches under Jacob's boots. Shaw sits calmly on the couch, pressing a blooded handkerchief to Martha's temple. 3 bodies in tactical gear litter the floor. Shaw, your wife shoots better than most Marines. Martha's glare could melt steel. Shaw tosses a burned ledger page on the coffee table. Only one line legible. Payment authorized by redacted for disposal of Cole remains. Shaw, where's the original? Jake? The one with the signatures. Jacob notices the Dallas Cowboys ring on. Shaw's finger, identical to his brother's. Extension. Storm cellar. 90 seconds later, Jacob kicks open the rusted door. Inside, $2.3 million in vacuum-sealed bundles. A Colt Python with ivory grips and the original ledger, wrapped in oilskin FFBCK. El Pozo. 2003. Younger Jacob watches through a sniper scope as Senator Richard Holloway hands a briefcase to Los Curvos. The photo that got Vincent Cole killed. Present. Shaw's voice from above. Don't make me burn your whole life down, Jake. Jacob thumbs the ledger's last page. A list of 28 names. He tears it out, stuffs it in his boot. The rest he soaks in diesel. Showdown. Kitchen Shaw's men breach just as Jacob strikes the match. Shaw laughs. You think that matters? The digital copies. Martha's shotgun blast takes out Shaw's knee. Jacob dives as automatic fire shreds the walls. I in the chaos. Martha picks off 2 mercenaries. Jacob empties the python into Shaw's chest. The ledger erupts in flames. UE. Extension, highway. Dorna battered station wagon speeds east. Lena sleeps. In the back, clutching her father's ring. Martha, bandaging Jacob's shoulder. The girl talked. There's another ledger. In DC. Jacob watches the sunrise in the rear view, and the black helicopters circling their burnt-out farm. Jacob, quiet. Then we finish what Cole started. The camera lingers on the glowing embers of the ledger in the ditch. One unburned corner shows a presidential seal.